Assalamu alaikum and good morning. How are you, my students, my friends, my fans? As you know that I have promised that I'll start history of English literature in quite easy way that you people will understand the whole history of English literature within hour, half an hour. So today I would like to start an experimental class. And I hope you people will enjoy this class. So, the first question that comes to our mind is what is history of English literature? When it comes to history of English literature, so history refers to the chronological study of English works. It includes the themes, styles, and cultural contributions over time. If, for example, we want to explain the definition a bit, so we can conclude that in history of English literature, we usually do the evolution of literary forms, written works in English literature and language, reflecting socio-political and cultural dynamics. If somebody asks you what is the scope of history of English literature, so you can say that the scope of history of English literature is very much universal and wide because it includes poetry, drama, prose, novel, essays, etc. etc. Now I am going to share my first lecture with you that usually starts from the Anglo-Saxon era. Keep this point in mind that Anglo-Saxon era starts from 450. It is a story, and the story starts from some Germanic tribes who were migrated to England. These Germanic tribes were round about three in numbers: Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. As they came to England, so they started ruling over the natives of England. Before them, England was barbaric, Philistine, and while worshipping pagan gods. England has got no evolved form of language, no evolved form of literature, no evolved form of culture, no evolved form of civilization. While talking about the poetry of Anglo-Saxon era, so the poetry of Anglo-Saxon era can be found in the form of manuscripts. The major books that have been found are the Carton book and the Exeter book. According to a research, the Anglo-Saxon era, the poetry of Anglo-Saxon era, and the manuscripts of Anglo-Saxon era contains 30,000 lines. Most of the poetry is epic poetry, in which the story of Beowulf is very much popular and famous, particularly his fight with the Grendel, its mother, and the heroic fight that held between the Beowulf and the monster. The poetry of Anglo-Saxon era was alliterative because when royals or bards visited courts to sing songs. So, for the sake of musicality, they were using alliteratio forms in order to attract the attention of the listener, of the audience. Furthermore, the poetry is majorly heroic or religious. While further explaining Anglo Saxon literature, so Caedmons has written his popular hymns in which he praises God and particularly praising God's mercies. At that very time, I mean to say during the Anglo Saxon period or during the age of 450, they were strictly following the pagan gods. This age records Saint Bede's ecclesiastical history of English people, the fathers and the forefathers of English people. In the Anglo Saxon period, we always discuss the great chronicle, an account of Bible which describes the evolution of Bible. So it was something about uh, the story of Anglo-Saxon era. If you want to learn it in detail, so inshallah in next lecture, I would like to tell you something about the details, the interpretation and the explanations of various points that I shared with you. When it comes to the Anglo-Saxon era, so I think that the students should keep round about 10 points in their minds. The very first point is that why the Germanic tribes migrated to England, not to any other place. The second point, if they migrated, so they were in how many numbers? There were one tribe, there were two tribes, or there were three tribes. So they were round about three tribes, named as Anglo Saxons and Jutes. And why they came to England? Because they want to rule the England. Why they thought that they should colonize the England? Because the Anglo-Saxons were a bit advanced as compared to the natives of England. They were thinking that the people of England were barbaric, Philistine, uncivilized. They were thinking that the people of England have no religion. Instead of one true God, instead of following the teachings of Jesus Christ, they're worshipping too many pagan gods. In order to civilize them, in order to finish their barbarism, in order to make them more advanced, the three Germanic tribes, Anglo Saxons, Anglo Normans, and Jutes, attacked, or you can say migrated to England in order to give these people a kind of enlightenment, in order to give them a kind of wisdom, in order to give them advancement in terms of religion, advancement in terms of language, and advancement in terms of civilization. So it seems that at the time of 450, the people who were living in England, they were not civilized, and their poetry can be found in you can say in two books, as I stated earlier, the Carton book and the Exeter book. Inshallah, with the passage of time, I would like to proceed the lecture uh, in the same way. So please share your views. Thank you so much. Wish you best of luck for listening me and giving me proper attention.